That's how it be though. Nothing but great effort just to get a C though. Eyes watching but we never seem to be though. Okay, so it seems like it's been forever since we were announced that, hey, there's an island called Wano, and last week's chapter, which I was out at Anime Expo, so unfortunately I didn't get to talk about it, we got to Wano, and of course, with this week's chapter of One Piece, I believe this is chapter 911, and no, I didn't just have to do a jump cut to actually look at the title. Yes, I did, actually. I'm sorry. I'm scum right now, okay? But with the last chapter, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of glad that I had that little break because I prefer to talk about these two chapters together, because the last one was mainly, hey, we're arriving at Wano. There was a couple of little pieces in there where, for starters, Luffy was talking about, yo, once we're done exploring the world, let's go back and visit a lot of the people. Of course, they were looking at like, oh, so the reverie started, which every time I hear about that reverie, I'm like, Oda, when are you gonna let us get back to the reverie, baby? Don't get me wrong, I'm hyped that we're at Wano and the gears are in motion, baby, but come on, dog, that reverie, like, I need to know what's happening at the reverie, damn it. So, you know, there was a little bit of talk of that, and then, of course, at the end, they had this big shipwreck, because getting into Wano, which I love that Oda is keeping in par with a lot of the things that were said about New World, the crazy weather and stuff, and they get, you know, shipwrecked, and all we see is Luffy by himself and his ship, and at the end of the chapter, of course, those animals with samurai swords, which really awesome stuff. I love seeing that. Like, Wano was going to be samurai decked out. Like, yo, even the animals have katanas, you know what I'm saying? So dope stuff there. And then, of course, with this chapter, I gotta say, it really makes me feel like, and I know that they've already said that Wano is going to be a long arc, probably the longest, but this feels like it's going to be a real long arc. It already introduced a lot of things. The world building is already in motion for Wano, and getting to know a little bit more about the surroundings. We got introduced to a new character, a little girl named, I want to say her name was Tama, and of course Luffy immediately befriending her, rescuing her, and all of that good stuff. So it definitely seems as though with that girl Tama, her friends, the two animals and stuff like that, we're definitely going to have a lot of new characters, just as any One Piece arc would, but especially if this is going to be one of the longest ones. I mean, alone this arc introducing them, and then of course her friend that bugged out when Luffy was there and ate the rice or whatever, like, you can definitely see there's going to be a lot of substance to this arc, and just everything that's going to be introduced, because again, like, this is just like the first chapter technically starting, okay, Luffy's at Wano, you know, he's been separated from the crew, which par for the course with One Piece. I guess some would argue maybe like, you know, how many times is he gonna get separated, but already separated from the crew. I'm imagining midway through the arc, everybody's going to eventually link back up, because if we're all at Wano, now we can see all the Straw Hats as a collective eventually, you know, rejoin, maybe even at the same time. That would be kind of cool, seeing everybody, like, they have their own little travels. I don't know how long Luffy's gonna be by himself, but they have their own little travels around Wano, get accustomed to it, and then bam, we're all back together again. So that seems where we're going with it, but it's also keeping in par with some of the things we've already heard about Wano, about the samurai being very poor and not having, and, you know, Tama, just to kind of, which it really showcases her character, and hopefully there's no big betrayals in this one, at the very least with this little kid, because she even offered up her last bit of food to Luffy because he saved her. So you can definitely see that she's a good little girl that Luffy's probably going to have to protect throughout the arc, and she kind of reminds me of Momonosuke in a way, except Momonosuke was a huge perv or whatever, but she gives me that vibe of, okay, that's going to be the kid of this arc, and maybe when Momonosuke and her meet up, which I hope I'm saying his name right, you know, the dude with the dragon devil fruit little kid or whatever, maybe that'll be his little thing, or maybe they'll even be related, who knows, we'll have to wait and see, but it seems as though it's going in that path of, again, building up, okay, this is the little girl, and Luffy's going to protect her, and forming more bonds, which we've already seen Luffy done throughout the entirety of the series, and then of course again all of these new characters. But honestly, one of the things that really hyped me up about the end of the latest chapter was seeing Basil Hawkins, and he's already aware that they've crash landed, and he's like, nah, let's not tell Kaido yet, let me handle this one. And it's like, okay, I'm kind of wondering, because we know at the end of the day, when they set out, you know, people like Hawkins and Kid or whatever, they wasn't trying to take no, oh yeah, we're going to be up under. I wouldn't be surprised if Hawkins is just like playing his part right now, because this is the only way they can navigate through. If he's truly like selling his allegiance to, you know, Kaido, and really like waving that flag for him, I'm going to be like, huh? Like, I really feel as though there's a possibility that they're just playing their cards, because at the moment, you know, they got wrecked. When shit happened, they got wrecked, and they were kind of like stuck at, well, what do we do? I guess if you can't beat them, join them. So I wouldn't be surprised, who knows, maybe Hawkins links up and he's like, yeah, we'll work with you. You know what I'm saying? I want to work with you. Let's try and overthrow this guy. Or if he is on the mindset of rocking with Kaido, maybe Luffy could change his mind. Maybe he could feel like, okay, we got more people now. Maybe now, especially hearing the big news from Morgan that Luffy was able to topple Big Mom, maybe there could be the possibility of him saying, yo, if we work with Luffy and all of the Straw Hats and everything, maybe this could be the way we take down Kaido. Either way, it's going to be crazy. Very interesting cliffhanger. And of course, one of the big things that kind of got me a little bit like in my feels a little bit, I was like, whoa, ooh, bringing him up. Apparently, Tama's been waiting for Ace to return. So maybe, who knows, if people don't really know what's been going on the outside, especially she obviously doesn't even know what happened in Marineford, that Ace is dead, which that's going to be an interesting and kind of somber conversation where Luffy has to say, hey, my brother passed on, you know, something happened to my brother. I don't know, Luffy, that's going to be interesting to see how he handles it, because at the end of the day, that was a big scar in Luffy's mind and heart. So to see him have to kind of navigate through it and talk to her about this, if he does decide or whatever, that's going to be an interesting conversation to see how Luffy handles it. I mean, at this point, he's gotten, like, not over it, because you never really get over it, especially, like, you know, that was like a brother to him. You're not going to be over it, but I think he'll be able to say it with a smile, like, you know, he's gone now, but he went out like a G or something. Well, he's not going to say like a G, but you get what I'm saying. Overall, past 2 chapters, good setup chapters. Again, a lot of world building. We're at Wano. You know, even going into the plot real quick, we're at Wano. Everybody's been separated again. I mean, the Straw Hats that are together, I'm imagining, are the ones, like, you know, that we saw a couple chapters ago with Zoro, Robin, all of them. So those people are together, but the ones that are coming from the Whole Cake Island, Luffy and Nami and all of them, they're separated. So maybe a few of them will link with Zoro and them, and then the last pieces like Luffy will link up or whatever. The Sunny is there, of course. It seems as though we're heading towards one more time of our ship is going to get wrecked, because like the animals were breaking down on it, and he's like, hey, just don't touch my ship. But it seems as though the Sunny's been in danger quite a few times. I wouldn't be surprised if, especially in Kaido's territory, where, you know what I'm saying, this is a very deadly situation. Who knows? Maybe we could see the end of the Sunny at some given point. So we have all of that. Then we have the introduction of a lot of these new characters. It's going to be a really long arc, I feel. And I'm kind of curious to see how long this is going to go. Some people are saying, man, we could be in here for 4 or 5 years, especially the way things are going. The outside information isn't out, you know, in here. So people got to find out of what's been going on since then. I don't even think Zoro and them know what happened, you know what I'm saying, with Luffy and them on Whole Cake Island. So that has to be broken down to them as well. Like, yo, so we know you was going up against Big Mom. What happened there? A lot of different things. I guess I want to start off passing the questions to you guys. For starters, the big question: how long do you guys think this arc, the Wano arc, is going to last? Again, already in these couple chapters alone, we got a ton of world building, a ton of introductions, already new characters coming in like clockwork. You think we're going to be in here for 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, or you think it's just going to be like even shorter than that? I don't see this being any shorter than like 2 or 3 years, just being honest. I think this is going to definitely surpass Dressrosa, which I want to say Dressrosa was like, what, 100 chapters plus, something like that, which is about 2 years. This is not going to be anything shorter than that. This has just been too hyped up, especially we're going up against Kaido. Don't get me wrong, Big Mom was a very serious threat, and that was a decent length of an arc or whatever, but against Kaido, I don't see this being short at all. Also, what do you think Hawkins is going to do? He's like, okay, don't tell Kaido, let me handle this. Do you think that Hawkins and them, they're playing their part? They're like, okay, you know, we couldn't beat him, so let's pretend that we're with him, and he's gonna actually flip, especially with Luffy and them, or he's truly riding for Kaido, or maybe Luffy doing the things that he's done, supposedly taking out Big Mom and everything, he's gonna be like, yo, maybe we got a shot, and they're all gonna work together to try and take down Kaido. Also, what do you think about the new characters we got so far? Tama definitely seems like she's gonna be very important one way or another. I don't know if it's gonna be like Momonosuke, where, you know, she's a royalty or anything like that, but at the very least, you can see that people care about her, even if she's poor, you know what I'm saying? So maybe she'll have some type of integral role to all of this as it goes forward. And I'm looking forward to seeing more, to be honest with you. These freaking crazy animals with katanas. Like, I don't know, Wano just seems so freaking interesting and so much to explore that I'm excited. And your overall thoughts and expectations. 2 chapters into Wano now. Luffy's by himself. things is going to get hectic. Hawkins is already on his way. I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. But that is all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, stalk my Facebook, follow me on Twitch. And make sure to hit the bell and get all notifications from my videos. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day. We make a major move, laugh and let the haters lose. We don't give a fuck, virginity intact, cream stack. Paper rules, if you heard it, best believe that. So now it's whatever, one day I'll be your favorite, but never. No matter how you get it done.